Hello my sweet friends, my name is Adele and welcome back to another writing vlog. Good afternoon everyone, it is November 12th. It is currently 2:44 p.m. Have not worked on anything yet today. It's fine. We are officially in the, I was gonna say second week of Nano, but it's almost the third week, which is crazy. But welcome to the second vlog of NaNoWriMo. I do not remember for sure what my word count is. Last we saw each other in the last writing vlog, it was day 10, I believe. I did not film yesterday on the 11th because I was working all day, so I didn't really have time. So I didn't film anything. I did write about like 600 words, so nothing crazy, but it is something at least. Like I said, I don't remember my total word count. I know we're over 10K. We might be around 11K now, but I do not remember at all. Anyway, I am about to go to the library, I believe. I was thinking about going to Barnes & Noble, but I don't know, I think I'm feeling the library today. Getting a little spicy in here, going to the library. So hopefully it's not too busy, but we're gonna go. I'm working on outlining draft 3 of Project Orion. So if you saw the last vlog, I had started Nano just kind of working on some random story ideas. I'm not writing a first draft this Nano. I'm doing like the Nano Rebel thing, so not working on a regular first draft. I was working on sort of outlining and plotting other stories, but we ended up switching to Project Orion in the middle of it. So I'm working on Project Orion. That's kind of where I feel led to be, and I've just missed it so much. We're getting some good, like, not outlining, getting some good work done on the backstories, and something I'm running into that I'm discovering, and it's something I guess I've always known with Project Orion, but haven't really thought of in this way. The backstory and like the history of the characters in the world leading up to where the book begins is a lot. There's a lot there that directly pertains to the characters and like their motives and who they are. And I've just always had it as this thing of like, oh, it's the backstory of like it all happens before the book starts, all this stuff, and I'm trying to really solidify it because it's a lot of information. And so, you know, when I was initially outlining draft 3, you know, throughout the many times I have done this, I decided, okay, I'll just add one. I decided to add another POV, so it's gonna be dual POV, because that was going to kind of help more effectively tell a story. And then I was like thinking about adding a prologue to be able to, once again, kind of explain some of the backstory better, because it's really hard to convey it all because I have so many different characters. We have like a group and it's like different characters, and like all of their stories before meeting up in the book are connected, but it's like basically it's like how their lives have been affected by this one event that happens before the book starts, and it's all like individual things, but they're all connected, and it's just like a whole thing, and there's so much information, and I've kind of struggled with like, how do I correctly and effectively show this information and like really show their like intertwining stories kind of thing. So some of the things I've realized while doing, I've been fleshing out the backstory a lot more and like writing in detail like all these specific events that happened, and I'm just like really going into detail with it. And I'm like writing them all in this big document, and I'm just going and I'm just like writing. I'm basically plotting the backstory, and like in the middle of it, I'm like, this is literally, it's like outlining and plotting a whole story just within the backstory. And now I'm wondering if where I have been starting the book is where I should be starting the book to effectively tell this story, because there's so much to this story, and I have started it at this one point and I'm like, okay, I'll just explain the backstory, but there's so much backstory that I'm wondering if I need to start the book even earlier instead of trying to find a way to fit all this stuff in. And just because I've already basically plotted this whole thing, I already know exactly what happens and like how they're connected and like what the like plot points are and like the chronological order of events and how it affects them and all this stuff. And now I'm sitting here like, this is enough for a whole other book. So that's sort of what I'm currently going through. Haven't finished my big backstory document yet. That's what we're gonna be working on today. But it is a lot of information. And like I said, I've kind of been toying with the idea, literally just since like the last day or two of the last vlog, about possibly starting the book somewhere else. And it's hard because I've always, and I think I talked about it in the last vlog, I've always loved beginnings, always been great at beginnings. My beginning feels super strong, like the beginning of my book currently with where we're at, like draft 2 is finished, really strong, think it's great. But then I keep running into the issues later in the book where I don't know how to like tie all this information from before into the events that are currently happening. I don't know, it's a lot. So I'm not gonna think about it too hard today. I need to finish this backstory document because it's actually helping a ton, even though it's not, you know, part of an actual draft, at least for right now. It's helping me a lot with getting to know the characters a lot better, and I'm just really writing it as I know I have the basic plot points, basically. I'm just gonna call it plot points. You know, I know the big events that happen within this backstory. But I've just kind of let myself fill in the blanks of like all the little things in between, because I guess in my head I'm like, oh, it's not an actual draft, I'm just kind of plotting, I'm just kind of brainstorming and playing around with it. So I'm not taking it as seriously, which means I'm coming up with ideas faster, and I'm just like writing them down. And I usually think pretty hard about this stuff and like maybe overthink it. But I've been more just kind of letting myself flow with whatever comes to me and write it down instead of worrying that like every time I write something down it's now like canon. And I keep forgetting like I'm the author, I can write whatever I want and I can change whatever I want. So I don't know, it's been interesting, it's been fun though. But yeah, I'm doing so much work, honestly, with the backstories and fleshing out these characters better. And I think it's not only making the characters stronger, but it's also, I feel, making the plot of the actual story stronger. So yeah, that's what we're going to keep working on today. I'm not going to think too hard about trying to, you know, make this into another book kind of thing. Even if that is a possibility, I'm just gonna work on what I have in front of me. I'm just gonna keep going with it, and I just want to finish because I'm doing this thing in a big long document, but I'm covering sort of each character's story individually. So I still have one and a half characters, like of the main characters, left to do. So yeah, I'm gonna be working on that. That is the plan for today. I'm gonna go to the library, so I will see y'all there. I am so upset. Literally, I just got up to like put my shoes on and leave, and the button on my dress just came off. So now I can't wear it because it would be just like falling off. Anyway, so I changed to a different dress. So Still sad. So it's been a few hours. I know you can't tell because I'm back exactly where I was. Did not really film anything at the library because it was packed. There were so many people, and I couldn't even get a table. I just got like a little like low couch chair thing. So I kind of made that work for, I was probably there for an hour and a half maybe. And it's Sunday today. Didn't know that they close early on Sundays, so they didn't get to spend as much time as I would like. I'm kind of okay with it though, because I did work on stuff, but I was getting kind of like distracted and like just taking breaks and like looking at my phone and stuff, which I need to not do. I've got my computer in front of me. So far today, I've written 372 words, so not really a ton. Haven't been able to really get into like a rhythm today, unfortunately. But I'm back home. I went on a walk with Dogmeat. It is currently 7:04. I do have a Rangers game that's about to start soon, so I am going to be watching that. But I am going to try to write, just keeping it pretty chill, I guess, and kind of fill in what I can while watching, and then I may also try to cook dinner. So I'm kind of working on other stuff, like I'm doing things, multitasking. So far, our total word count for the month is 11,588. So we are just over halfway to 12,000. Currently, but by the end of today, for the goal, by the end of today I should have 20,000. So that is not happening. About 8,000 words behind. Still feeling okay, not beating myself up. Going at my own pace. Honestly getting a lot of really good character work in, which is great. I'm feeling really good about it, so just gonna kind of keep it going and hang out in the living room while we watch the game and eat a little something and hopefully get some writing done. Hello everyone, it is the next day, November 13th. Don't remember the exact word count yesterday. I want to say it was around 800 maybe. Also, I'm getting ready real quick while I talk. I was finding it kind of hard to like stay motivated yesterday, unfortunately. So I did not get as much done as I would like to. And it's also hard with not doing like a regular draft and like plotting and outlining instead, because, you know, sometimes I'm not just writing words and like getting words in, so the word count seems pretty low. Like sometimes I'm researching stuff or referencing like older notes and stuff like that, so it's not always like exact writing and getting like all the high word counts and everything. But like I said yesterday, I was working on the character backstories yesterday and continuing to flesh those out. Like I said, not having the most motivation, and I was kind of getting stuck on one of the characters. Not really stuck, but like I don't know if it was the motivation or just having a hard time thinking of stuff for this character. I'm basically changing up how these two characters meet in the backstory. And the original ideas that I had for like draft 1 and draft 2 and everything just don't feel as solid, I guess. I don't know. Like I want to play around with it and like try to find something else because I don't really know if I like it that much. So I'm trying to think of like just other solutions essentially for that. And I just kept getting stuck on figuring out what the I don't know, I guess I was getting caught up on like what is the right thing to do, even though there's no correct answer and I'm the author of this book. But I did make progress on it. I did in the middle of it switch to like one of the other characters' backstories because I was having a hard time like getting unstuck from the first one I was working on. So I did skip, went to another character. That kind of helped some, just kind of getting into a different backstory thing. So I'm sort of like halfway done with 2 of the backstories for 2 characters, and then I have one more character that I forgot about yesterday. So I have one more character that I still need to do because I haven't done it yet. I've done like part of it, but because it like intertwines with one of the other characters, so I like mentioned where it intertwines in the other character's backstory, but I haven't done this character's specific backstory. So the plan today is I'm going to go to Barnes & Noble, and it's Monday, so since it's not the weekend anymore, I'm hoping that it won't be super busy, but we will see. And I'm going to keep working on backstories, but if I'm still stuck and it's just seeming like it's hard to, Alright, hold on. Alright, we're good. I'm going to start with the character backstories that I was working on, that I was like stuck on, which are Ryan and Yen's, for anyone who wants to know. I'm like kind of rearranging how they met in the backstory, because I feel like the original is just like too cliche, and I don't know if I like it that much, so I'm going to change it to something a little more exciting and less cliche. But that's what I'm having a hard time figuring out. So, but I'm going to start with that, see if I can get any more progress on that. If I can't, or if I do and then I just move on to the next thing, then I'm going to work probably on, I don't know if I want to like, I don't know if I want to see what I can do with making the backstory stuff into its own book. I don't know if I should do that, because I feel like if I start that, that's going to be a whole nother thing. It's going to be a whole nother thing that I have to do. Actually, I think what I'm going to do, so like I was saying, I've been writing these backstories in one document, and I kind of like put a header on each little section for like what this character is. Sometimes it'll be like I have Max's and Suri as one paragraph because they're siblings and their story's like the same. So I have it on this one document, and it's like 4 pages long at this point. And so honestly what I might do, because I've been writing it not like super perfect book worthy or like final draft worthy writing, but definitely more than just notes. Like I'm writing full sentences, and it's like an actual, basically like a little biography. So what I might do is talk with some of my writer friends, specifically people I've only met through YouTube, or like that know more about Project Orion or have read it, like some of my beta readers and stuff like that, and just have them read the document and talk them through my thought process and just be like, am I crazy for, I don't know, I just feel like it's so much information. And maybe it's just that I'm having a hard time explaining it in the actual story, but I don't know. It's a lot. So we'll see. But I'm finished my makeup. I don't really wear a ton of makeup. I'm gonna turn off my show. I've started watching The Great on Hulu, like Catherine the Great. And it is so good. It is so good. I'm obsessed with it. And I literally just finished the season 1 finale while I was eating lunch here a little bit ago, and I was like crying. Alright, let's go to Barnes & Noble. Good afternoon, everyone. It is November 15th, day 15 of NaNoWriMo. I did not write or film yesterday because I was at the shop. I do not think I closed out the day before, though, like for the clips of the last vlog where I believe I was at Barnes & Noble. But I hit 15K! Finally! We hit 15,000 the other day, and I think it's like just over, we're like 15,119 or something. Alright, sorry for the sudden change. I ran out of space on my card, so I had to clear some of that stuff. And then I had an appointment, so had to leave. I'm done now. I am sitting outside of a coffee shop, so we're gonna go in and write. I am working on my stuff as usual. I did actually talk to one of my writing friends about what I was talking about with like the document, and like letting him read it and just kind of like see what he thinks of my thoughts on it. So I do need to finish that today. So that's what I'm working on. I am mostly done with it. I have one character left that needs theirs done, and then I'm like, I've got a few random bits and pieces of like 2 other characters that I just need to finish up, but other than that it should be good. So the plan is to finish that. I should have that finished. I'm going to send it to my friend, and then if I have time I'm going to work on, I don't know, we'll see. Hello, it is the next day, the 16th of November. It is Thursday. I am in my office. We're gonna try to write at home today. It's a nice day outside. Got like the blinds open. It's like pretty warm outside, which is kind of nice. Made myself some lunch, got some gyoza. I've got these beautiful flowers that Alec got me. I love baby's breath, and it's so pretty. And we have this little like Lucky Buddha bottle, and it's so cute. And they're super cute to take pictures with, but they smell really bad, so I'm actually gonna move them to the other room for right now because I'm gonna sit in my office and write, and I don't really want to smell them. Had them in here, and the other night he went into my office and he didn't realize I smelled so bad. He was like, "Why does your office smell like dog pee?" I was like, it's baby's breath. So yesterday at the coffee shop, I was at Caribou Coffee, which we didn't have those in Texas, but they are apparently a chain. I didn't realize there was a chain. I just saw that like we had a few here, and so I was like, oh, it's like blah blah blah, but I thought it was like a local thing. But it is not. It's a national chain. We just don't have them in Texas. Alright, so I'm getting my computer up. Yesterday I wrote, I believe it was like just under goal. It was like 1,500 something. I don't remember the exact word count, but we're gonna find out. Yesterday was kind of like up and down. Why is it so dark? It's kind of up and down yesterday. I felt like I kept kind of getting distracted. I couldn't focus, and so like I'd write some, and I got distracted, I write some more, and then I had a period of time where I got distracted like a lot, and didn't get as much done as I wanted. And then I had like 20 minutes of just like, I'm gonna just sit here and crank everything out, and then that was fine for some reason. So I don't even know. I mean, y'all know how writing is. Yesterday my word count was 1546, so just under goal, about 100 under goal, which puts us total for the month at 16,665. The plan today is to keep working on that stupid document because I didn't finish it. I wrote, you know, over 1,500 words, and it was all on that document, but it's like I keep I guess, coming up with more that I want to put in there, I guess. I don't really even know. So it's not quite done, and it's starting to get like a little messy. So I'm thinking about just sending it to my friend anyway, and even though it's like really messy, and just kind of seeing what he thinks. Currently it is 13 pages long, so it is a pretty long document. It's a lot of information, and it's a lot of important information that I needed to get done, which is great. But I'm tired of it. It's really helpful information, and it's really helping me flesh the story out more. I just want to work on something else, I think. So I think I'm just gonna do kind of a read through and add any extra notes that I want to add, and then send it to my friend, see what he says, and also because I told him about it, like, so he was one of my beta readers. He's already like read Project Orion, at least draft 2 of it, and like he loves it, and so I knew he would be like a good candidate for it. And so I told him about it the other day, and he was so excited, so I feel bad that I'm like keeping it from him still. So I'm gonna eat my food while I read through this and add anything else I want to add. I'm gonna send it over to him, and then I do have like 2 quick things I need to do for work, and then we will reconvene for the next step, whatever that is. Hello everybody, it is November 20th, so it has been a few days since I have filmed. It is Monday, and I know that the last time I filmed, the next day I did write, but I did not get much filming done. And my friend actually visited, and she's also a writer, and I actually met her through YouTube. Shout out to Lydia. And we did I did writing, and she kind of helped me talk through some issues I've been having. I actually let her read that document as well that I've been doing and like talking about. So some good feedback there. But I have not written in a few days now. It's been maybe 4 days or something since I've written. So for the shop, we have been closed since yesterday, but I had to work like 2 days before that or something. So yesterday until Thanksgiving we're actually gonna be closed, but we're working on inventory management, so we're at the shop. I'm currently in my car parked at the shop. I would film in there, but we have our employees there right now working on stuff, and I don't want to like interrupt anything. So I am just taking some time to film this real quick, but have not been able to write, not gonna be able to write much this week, because like I said, we're closed this week until until Friday is when we're gonna open up, but I'm gonna work Friday as well, and while we're closed, we're actually here working on stuff. So not gonna really have much time to write in the next week or so. Unfortunately, total word count that we're at right now is 18,572. So we are a little behind. I have accepted that. I'm okay with that. And I think, like I've kind of mentioned, I am not beating myself up for that as much as I thought that I would, which is good. I still feel productive, and I still feel good, and like I'm getting stuff done, and I'm feeling good about my work and confident in it and stuff. So yeah, I really like that. I'm very grateful for that. So like I said, I had my friend Lydia read that document, and I also sent it to my other friend that I have mentioned, also that I've met through here, so shout out to Noah. I'm just now realizing all my writer friends I only know through YouTube. But I sent it to him. I know he read it, and I know he already has some notes for me. I haven't been able to read them yet just because I have been busy with work. So yeah, getting some good feedback. I'm excited to kind of talk through it with him like I did with Lydia already, because that did help. I'm just kind of getting some ideas, getting some feedback and stuff like that. So I'm feeling pretty good there. Again, not much productivity in the way of actually like writing and like getting really good word counts and stuff, but like I said, I'm still feeling okay. This line right here is bothering me with the light. I had to move this over because it'd be way worse if I didn't. Just wish this wasn't going right across my face. Today we're actually doing like Friendsgiving with our employees today, so I was like up late last night until like 1 in the morning cooking stuff. So I'm excited to eat some food. I did just have some Taco Bell though, so but yeah, we officially have 10 days left of Nano. I am pretty behind. I've got just under 19,000 words. I have already accepted that I am most likely, in all reality, not going to hit the 50,000. I'm almost positive I'm not going to actually win NaNoWriMo this year. Like I said, however, I will reiterate, I'm feeling okay with it, which is weird. It's taken me a while, you know, I've taken a pretty big break from writing just because of life and circumstances and being so busy and all this stuff, and it just honestly feels really good to just write, and not even write like, oh, getting all the word counts and stuff, but just being back in the story, even if I'm, you know, brainstorming or like daydreaming or just kind of like looking at my Pinterest board and like getting all inspired by like looking at more concept art for stuff. Like, it honestly helps, and I do feel I just feel a lot more motivated and inspired and stuff, which I haven't felt in a while, so I'm really happy about that. So, like I mentioned, because I will not be able to write very much this week, I am going to end this video here. I think it's a bit on the shorter side, so I apologize for that, but feeling good, making some good progress, pretty behind on word count, but I think using NaNoWriMo this month has been sort of the kickstart I need to like get back into the groove, and I'm really happy about it. So that is all from me today. Let me know in the comments below, how is this month going for you? How's NaNoWriMo going? You know, how are your goals? Your progress reaching your goals? What are you working on? Stuff like that. Please, like, I love hearing about y'all's stories so much. It's inspiring to me, and I just love hearing like what everyone's working on and like all the different like kinds of stories out there, because y'all have some crazy ideas. Y'all have some really good ideas, and they sound so good, and I want to read them all. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. It helps us out a ton. And if you are new here, I would appreciate if you subscribed, if you do feel so inclined. But yeah, other than that, I think that's all I've got. I appreciate you all being here so much. Seriously, thank y'all. Your support and your comments and your kindness, especially as I'm getting back into making videos and writing and stuff again, has really helped me a lot. So thank you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.